again. It's two cooks and a sous chef, and just because we always do it, just in case we have a new viewer, my name is Jean Fouquet.
I'm Marilyn Hartung.
I'm Lois McQuitty.
And today we have a guest chef, Mike Ugolini, who is joining us, who's a old friend of everybody's, really. He grew up in number 8, and he's a great cook. And he was just telling us that he's the first male chef we've had on the show, but he knows that there are a lot of really good men cooks out there. So maybe he'll tell us more about all those men cooks when he gets his turn. But we're going to do a variety of things today. We're going to do a couple cookies, and then Mike's going to do a chicken dish that he created himself, and he'll tell you about it when he does it. But Lois is going to start this cookie recipe that we discovered. When did we make? We made this for what?
We made this when we were auctioned off as a group for the Maples Rep Theater.
Oh,
and we had
okay.
a group out to eat and decided that it was quite delicious.
We liked it. It was a favorite, so we decided it was going to become one of our things.
Our features on our show.
It's called Cookie Dati, or Cookies Dates. We're going to start off with 2½ cups of flour. Okay, and then we need 2½ tablespoons, no, 2½ teaspoons, I'm sorry, of baking powder. I thought, my gosh, tablespoon sounded like a lot. So, 1, 2 1/2. My assistants over here are chopping up some dates for me. All right, and then we need 1/2 cup, which would be and it says cold, and this is not exactly cold, but we'll work with it. 1/2 cup of cold butter. And then what we're going to do is, you could use a food processor, but I'm going to use a pastry blender and pretend I'm making a pie, I guess.
I forgot, how many dates are we aiming for?
2/3 of a cup.
Okay.
But we want to blend this so it makes a coarse dough here.
You can see it's getting pretty coarse. It looks like it's getting to be with the right consistency.
We're making the cookie dough first because it's got to chill. And what then we're going to do is turn it over to Mike, who's going to start his chicken dish and talk about it while this is chilling. And then while his chicken dish is cooking, we're going to come back and we've got a cookie made out of polenta, which intrigued us, and at least I've never made it before. Did you ever make it?
No, it's a relatively new. I thought it would be really ethnic because it is made out of polenta. And for those of you who don't know, polenta is like, it's a cornmeal. It's a little coarser cornmeal, not real coarse. Okay, now we have the flour and the butter blended together. And now in a small bowl, I'm going to take 2 eggs, if I can get them out of the carton. And then to that 2 eggs, we're going to add 1/4 cup of milk. Just regular whole milk. And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla.
Those of you who may have seen an earlier episode met Mike already, because he came on to help us do some soups and was giving us some number 8 history. But for those of you who missed it, Mike grew up at number 8, which is where Lois Ann grew up. And
please.
The Whisk, there you go, which is south of Bavaria, about 1 mile. And so they're childhood friends, and Mike was away for a while. Did you live in St. Louis?
Yeah, about 30 years.
About 30.
Away for a while.
He was away for a while, but he's come home for the good life, and according to his wife, he won't leave. She wants to go walk on a beach somewhere occasionally, and Mike, having made it back to number 8, staying. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah.
we're adding this to our dough. Okay, we've mixed this together, and we're going to form a little, make sure that it's all mixed, and we're going to pat it together and put it in our wax paper so that we can chill it. Okay, now we're going to chill our dough, and then we'll work with it a little later because it's supposed to chill for 30 minutes. Okay.
Alright, so we're ready for chill the dough, is that it?
That's it.
Okay, while that dough's chilling, Mike's going to start his chicken dish and we'll let him talk about it, and we will help Mike. We're getting so good, aren't we, Lois, at being sous chefs? Marilyn may be out of job. We may take over sous chefing, who knows? Alright, so we cleaned up a little bit and got rid of the cookie stuff because it's not, you know, cookie flavoring isn't going to work with this dish. And so Mike's got the area organized the way he wants. And he said he doesn't even have a name for this dish, but he made it up.
It's basically off a chicken parmesan recipe, but I didn't like the taste when you mix the Parmesan cheese with the breadcrumbs, so I started experimenting, and I'll go through this and kind of name the ingredients. I really don't have a written recipe, but this, we start with the marinara sauce, which is the sauce that my daughter uses down at Pizza Land, and we'll just spice it up a little bit. History, do you know the history about marinara?
You go ahead.
Actually,
we
in
never talked about that.
Latin, mariner means of the sea. And in the 16th century, the Spaniards introduced the tomato to Italy. So, and that was in the Naples area, which was a big seaside dock. And so the Italians started calling it marinara, which means sauce of the sailor.
Oh, I didn't know that. That is cool.
And the reason it worked so well was because it didn't need to be refrigerated. They could take it on boats because the high acidity. I put salt in, oregano, a little basil, and some pepper. And then my magic ingredient, which is liquid roasted garlic.
Ooh.
Let me shake it first. Take a whiff of this.
That's nice. That's mild. That's nice.
Yeah. Now, one spray is supposed to be equivalent to a clove of garlic.
Oh,
so
really?
We'll.
Now, where do you get that?
I bought this at Schnucks, but I bet you JP can get this.
I bet he can too.
Yeah. And they make it roasted or regular. And you know what your Aunt Bruna Biondi says, you can't put too much garlic in.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we kind of got the marinara going here, and we'll put it on the stove and just start warming it up. Now this is marinara sauce. Now we're going to brown the hamburger, which I buy that 80-20 hamburger because it's got a little flavor and not too much grease in it. And when we add that to this, it becomes bolognese sauce, or a meat sauce, which is popular and actually invented in the Bologna area of Italy. So that's going to be our sauce topping.
So you just need it to be heated
And then we
slowly?
need the frying pan.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll put the ground beef in the frying pan.
Okay.
And we'll spice it up a little bit. Okay, we're going to brown the ground beef that goes in the sauce. And of course, we're cooking for 8-10 people today, so accordingly you can make, you know, you might need a pound of hamburger or less. And this is quite a bit of hamburger today, but we got quite a few people. And put a little salt in there. And more garlic. This really works fine. It's like I say, one pump is supposed to be a clove, but I always go a little more. That's fine.
I'll bring whatever you want. Need pepper, Mike?
I got it already. Okay, we're going to let this simmer. Marilyn's going to watch it. And when it gets brown, we just pour the grease off and add that to the marinara sauce. So, and then just let it simmer. Okay, here we have our chicken. We got some nice lean chicken breasts. And I need just a little room here. This instrument is probably 70, 80 years old. I always was infatuated when I was a kid because it looked like something medieval that would hurt you probably, but my mom used to call it scapavia, which I don't know why she called that, because every time I went over and said, let me do that, she'd say scapavia, which means in Italian,
away.
get out of here.
Yeah, run away. Scapa. Go.
So we'll beat these down, and really, we'll beat them down a little bit, but when we make the indentations, it holds the breadcrumbs a lot better. Okay, you want to start, and I use Progresso Italian style breadcrumbs because they've got a lot of seasoning in them. So we'll dip that and heavily bread them, and then I don't know, I guess we've got a tray or something we can put them on, and we'll
Sure.
take them
With
to the...
some wax paper.
Yeah.
I was going to say, my mother used to make her own breadcrumbs all the time. And
Oh, yeah.
she would take, dried bread and put it in her food processor and put basil and parsley and a little garlic powder.
Or you can take the old bread and put it in the oven and it'll dry out that much more.
Yeah.
And then spice it up, which probably wasn't as fine as this, but pretty
Well,
close,
if
I
you
imagine.
chop it in a food,
Yeah.
processor,
Well, Sam sent a email that her cousin Jeanette had sent us. I had to send it to you, Mike. It's pretty funny. It's this comedian, and it's a YouTube clip, and he says he likes French food, and he's eaten in France. And he said, but you get starved to death. How many omelets can you eat? And finally he had to drive to Italy. And he said that he told the guy he was been in France and he was starving, and the restaurant owner, he says, I need to order. And the guy said, sure, you need to order. He said, but first let us feed you, then you'll order. It was funny. But I sent it to you.
Okay. We're coming along. They look nice breasts. That's the way they should look. Just breaded just like that. And then all we do is you can get the oil going now because we're going to have to cook them in.
Okay.
That looks good. I would just, like I say, drain the grease off and then put it in the marinara pan. And then just let her simmer.
Now I find that, I've never done that, but I'm going to remember that.
What?
So you're draining your grease and, you're draining it off and then put the meat in the marinara.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I thought you're putting the,
No, it gets too...
yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
you
was
just-
thinking, that's interesting.
Well, a lot of times if you use, like Mike was saying, he had a high quality.
Yeah, I mean, less fat, you probably don't
you
have to do
don't
it.
have as much to drain.
But then you lose a lot of taste in your meat too.
If you don't have the fat?
Yeah, I think fat lends to some of the
Oh,
taste.
I think so too. All right, well, so in a minute we're going to move over to the frying pan. You're going to fry
Right.
these things up. All right, is that what we're doing?
First I brought a bottle of wine, and this is from my cellar, and this is a 1994 Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, which means it's a red wine from Tuscany. Now, the good thing about opening stuff like this, you have no idea if it's going to be good or bad until you open it.
I'm willing to risk it. Are you?
Oh, we'll all risk it. If not, you got some great wine to...
Oh, look at this. And here I went to get...
Well, it just makes it nice. It didn't work.
Sure it will.
This is just a capsule cutter.
You used to work for a wholesale liquor person. Is
Yeah.
that what you did?
But this one ain't working. For some reason.
Are you not? He's got a little English on it.
Well, he has.
I think it's the lip of the bottle. So when that don't work, give me a knife.
This will work.
Yeah, just go around it.
It'll probably
See,
come
you're
off
leaving
easy.
a ragged edge, though. It doesn't look nice.
Ah, shame. Well, I'll learn. I'll try the next time to do better.
I can't get it off. You can get all the way through. There we go.
Well, okay. If you have one,
So
you should
anyways,
have some.
a good red wine, it's best to let it breathe for like a half hour before you consume it anyways. So
Yeah.
we'll let it sit back there, and cork looks still okay, but like I say, it's a mystery what goes on inside that bottle, and nobody knows.
And Mike, you're suggesting that we're going to have a red wine with this one.
I brought a white too.
Oh, well, either one will
But
work.
Yeah.
white with chicken, red with
Yeah.
beef.
Well, you know something? The right wine is the wine we like.
Yeah.
So the cork is pretty well still in good shape. So
You mean it's not dry, right?
right, see, it's still
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
wet.
Oh, it's
pliable
yeah.
wet, yeah.
All right.
So,
So we're
hopefully no air got to it. Like I said, it's down in my basement. It's in the dark. It's about 60 degrees year round in that one room. So,
We'll set it in here on the table, shall we?
okay, Lois browned or put the breadcrumbs on the chicken, so we're going to put it in hot grease. They're pretty big, so I imagine 4 is about it.
How many would you like?
We got 10 or 11.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to.
Yeah, I mean it won't take that long because we're just browning the chicken for, till it gets an appealing look to it.
Okay, and then we're
Because
gonna.
actually we're going to cook it in the oven.
Okay, and that's what you need. And when it comes out, you're gonna need those dishes, right?
Yeah, mhm.
Okay.
He needs big dish.
Yeah,
Big
I got it.
Pyrex dish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
got 'em.
fine. Yeah.
I got them.
So it's cooking up pretty quick. These we pound them pretty thin. So getting back to what we call this, if anybody would like to, how did you explain it earlier? You did a pretty good job.
Make a name
Saying
for it.
name the dish.
Name the dish.
Because I don't put the Parmesan cheese in with the breadcrumbs, and that's what chicken Parmesan is. But we'll use Parmesan as a topping. So maybe we ought to wait until everybody sees it go on and come together.
Yeah, no, yeah, because Mike thinks you ought to go ahead and email in to CVTV or call him and say that you think the dish ought to be named whatever, what it reminds you of. Of course, I think we could just call it Chicken Mike. Chicken Ugolini. Chicken Ugolini.
But they're browning up real nice. Huh?
I'm going to hold this out of the way. I'm going to put paper towels on
So actually we're just browning the chicken here, and then we put it in the oven for 30 minutes, and that's going to finish the cooking of the product.
Mike was saying he wished he brought his frying pans because he has some bigger ones that he
Yeah, I
can.
can probably get 6, 7
Yeah,
breasts.
and this is as big as I got. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we browned the chicken, and that looks real nice. And so we're going to put it and drain the grease off it. And then we'll go on and start cooking the rest of the breast.
We are going to do chocolate coated polenta rounds. And in my bowl, I have 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add to that a cup of polenta. It's a yellow cornmeal, but it's not as fine as some of the cornmeal that you would buy.
Not as coarse.
Not as, some is finer. And this is a medium, kind of a medium. It's not real coarse and it's not real fine. So, kind of a medium cornmeal. I need a cup of butter that we have melted.
It's softened. You want it melted?
Yeah, no, it's fine. And then I'm going to do 3/4. As you can tell, this is going to be a rich, buttery cookie.
Yeah, apparently.
I need 3/4 of a cup of sugar.
I'll go ahead and get it. You threw it there?
And it doesn't mention that, but I need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Shortcut here.
You were supposed to cream the what?
Cream the butter first, but that's all right. It's soft.
Cream it with what? The sugar before you mix the other two in?
You know,
what they always say, cream. I don't know how big a deal it can be.
Okay, we're just kind of creaming that together. And we're going to add egg. 1 egg.
How much lemon zest are you going to need?
We need 2 tablespoons, and then we need a tablespoon of lemon juice. Roll that, and we'll just take the juice from. Okay. We're going to put the juice of the lemon, which they always say lemon adds brightness. So we're going to add the juice of the lemon.
Are you all back there tasting the chicken while we're working?
We're tasting the
You know, I'm
bolognese
telling you
sauce.
what, and she says that her life is so rough as a sous chef. We're up here slaving away.
Well, I am
Slaving
an
away.
official taster.
And a teaspoonful of vanilla. I'm sorry, not a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Marilyn, here's the top.
Looks like it's handling great. Are we going to roll this out or spoon it?
Well, what we do, we make little balls. And
Is it supposed to be sprayed?
no, it says ungrease.
Okay.
We're going to place the balls. We're going to make little round balls. Place them on the cookie sheet and kind of a little bigger than that.
Okay.
And kind of like a sugar cookie, we're going to get some sugar and we're going to dip the bottom of a glass in the sugar to flatten the cookie. But they handle just really nice, guys. You can feel the coarseness of the cornmeal in them, can't you, when you roll
Yes,
them?
you can.
Coming great, coming great.
You're going great.
Then
Ooh,
after these
beautiful.
bake, we're going to dip them or drizzle some chocolate over them. So they might meet Patty's approval. I don't know if they'll be quite sweet enough. But we talk about our friend who always thinks that the Italian desserts are not sweet enough for her. So we might need 1 more cookie sheet.
Yes, we do.
But we're going to just dip it. We'll move this.
Oh, this is fun. This feels really neat.
Dip it in the bottom in some sugar. And just press the round down.
Do you make cookies, Mike?
No.
We were talking about how this has such a different feel to it because of the cornmeal.
Ross, what do we bake them on?
350.
I got that gas oven at 350 because it was Mike needs a 350 for the chicken.
Yeah.
The one good thing about a convection oven is you can bake several.
Jean, are they ready to go in?
Just a minute, Lois. Add that to something. That's all I can get left.
Jean, are they ready to go in?
I don't know. Lois, are they
Yeah.
ready to go in?
I mean, is your oven's not on?
Okay. First of all, here's the chicken. It's been browned. Beautiful.
We've
Beautiful.
already
nice
decided
brown.
it's beautiful, and the sous chef has
Yeah.
tasted it. Did she
Yes,
taste it?
right here.
Right there, and proclaimed it to Marilyn. Is it okay?
It is wonderful.
It
The
is-
sauce, I've tasted the sauce and I've tasted the chicken.
They were okay?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And here's Mike's sauce. Isn't that
That's
pretty?
the bolognese sauce that we used. We started with the. I can't hold on to it. Started with the marinara and then put the ground beef in there and spiced it all up. So now this thing's about done, really. If I can get in here.
Here, I'll get one for you.
Oh, it's got one of those little things. Yeah, you can
exactly.
so credit.
Okay, first of all, and this seems to work real good. We put,
This is mozzarella.
this is mozzarella, slices of mozzarella, and we just lay that just like over the chicken, like so. Okay, that's the mozzarella. Then I put provolone cheese on top of that, which gives it a little smoother, creamier taste, and it's not quite as sharp as mozzarella. So we got 2 cheeses on there. I think you'll like the taste of this.
I'm thinking we're gonna love it.
That cheese on top is really going to level out. the
Yeah,
taste.
yeah, it will.
We always like cheese.
We got cheese.
Cheese and garlic and you're good, huh?
And
Okay.
a few tomatoes.
Now, I take the bolognese sauce and ladle it over the top of the chicken and the cheese. And as it cooks, this will start melting down around the chicken.
Mike, did you tell them how much hamburger you put in there?
Well, I told them that, you know, for this, we're cooking for quite a few people, but I'd say a pound of hamburger probably would work. We got 2 pounds in here, but we're cooking quite a few more
So
breasts.
maybe, what, 4 chicken breasts? 5?
Yeah, that would, I'll tell you, 2 people, that'll fill them up. 4 breasts.
I can probably feed 4 people.
So there we got all that, and we got to do one for the bowl, one for this bowl. Okay, now that ought to melt down there pretty good. And then here comes the Parmesan, which we didn't have a name for, and I just sprinkle it across the top. So it kind of all comes and melts together over the chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have that much Parmesan in it?
No, that's why I'm saying it. If somebody wants to name it,
Oh, I think we gotta. Well, everybody do their own voting. I have mine picked out.
Do you need some aluminum foil?
that's it. Put it in the oven, cook it for 20-25 minutes.
You don't
Don't
cover
turn it.
You don't cover it, don't turn
Don't
it.
cover it, don't turn it, and everything just kind of melts together, and we'll eat it.
These went together.
Well, that's because when I put them in there, they
Now,
spread it over there.
After we cook it, if you want more sauce, we've got plenty of sauce left over. So,
Okay.
and this,
No, you can't because
I don't know what
it's-
what your
yeah,
family's
you
called.
can't.
What your
Why?
family's called sauce. The Southern Italians call it suga, or gravy,
So, I know the Southern Italians call it gravy. We
Yeah,
just call
or
it
soup.
sauce, as far as I know.
No.
and they always had a pot of it going on there because they ate everything with it. Polenta, bread, you know, everything.
Yeah,
was,
yeah, I know. I think Jenny Colombato calls it gravy, actually.
Does she?
We never
Yeah.
called it gravy.
I call it sauce. I call it, in
Well-
fact, meat sauce.
If you served it with polenta, you always said polenta con di.
Mhm.
If you served polenta with stew, it was polenta umido. So maybe we called it con di. I don't know.
Like I say, we browned the chicken pretty good, so the oven will finish off the cooking of it. But you don't want to cook it too long, or it'll get rubbery on you.
All right, so we want to check it when?
20.
That way we'll remember.
Okay, 20
But
minutes.
it's not at 350 either. It's at 2 something right now.
Yes.
That's fine. Okay, we also got a white wine today for those who'd rather have a lighter wine. But like I say, the right wine is the wine you like. And this is a Principato Pinot Grigio from Italy, which if you don't care for the oakiness of a Chardonnay, this is a real fruity, semi-dry white wine. Also, we got Jackie Patrick coming up to walk. She's owns Jackie's Hair Care in Bavaria. She's gonna sample some of our cooking today. So I'll leave you.
Her name
with
was Charitino, for those of you who
Charitino,
don't
yeah,
happen to
so-
know.
and
And she was from Kyoto too, so we're starting to even things back up here. Number 8 is not going to rule. We got some Kyoto blood coming on.
So in the wine business, my favorite saying was, when a day without wine is like a day without sunshine.
Well, we haven't got much sun today, so I'm glad you brought the
You brought
wine.
the wine, yeah.
All right, we have to melt this right here.
Mm-hmm.
We're also, we got lots of things going here because you know what? We're getting really hungry ourselves and we
And
want
we're
to
getting
eat.
close to
And we're getting close to it, so we're going to melt. This is the topping for those polenta cookies we're making.
It's 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips and a couple of tablespoons of butter. And we're going to melt that together, and then we're going to take the cookies out and let them cool a little bit. And then we're going to either drizzle or take a pastry brush and brush some chocolate on the polenta rounds.
Okay.
And then
See,
we
I
have
think
one
that's
other
about the third pound of butter they've used today, isn't it?
We didn't
Well,
say
you
we
can-
were diet cooking. We're not cooking thin.
No, and cookies just take butter. That's just
Yeah.
the nature of cooking now.
Well, we take our lessons from Paula Dean, who says her favorite spice is butter. So we're putting them on wire racks so that they can cool.
We're in such a hurry because the guests are arriving. We just, Kelly Ugolini's coming in. Kelly Schaefer, I'm sorry. I only ever learned one name. That's okay. And Kelly is, he referenced it, that's his daughter who runs Hugo's Pizza Land. So,
No, she's got 2 plugs.
she's got 2 plugs?
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting uneven? Mike's counting the plugs. You know, we don't care. You want to say hi to folks, Kelly? You can. Jackie won't come and say hi, but Kelly will. Hi. Well, I don't know if they can see you, Kelly. It's a camera. It's not good enough. This is Mike's daughter, Kelly.
Here, samples.
He taught her everything she knows.
Yes.
Is that right, Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. But at any rate, I'll tell you what. The trick with most Italians is if you cook something, you got a friend. So everybody's gathering to eat, as we are.
This is our chocolate and butter that's been melted together, and we're going to drizzle that over our cookies. Now, we can do it one of 2 ways. Michael, you want to just drizzle some?
Yeah.
Just take the spoon and just drizzle it over the cookies a little bit. I've seen them that they take them and just dip them half.
Half?
You can do that
I think it
too.
looked better, really.
So just half of the cookie.
Yeah. Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah. You're a pro. All right. Now, does this have to be rolled out?
I'm a pastry chef now.
You're a pastry chef now? You're moving right up.
That top is hot.
He tried to taste, Marilyn. He tried to taste.
Yep. Broke off a piece.
Are
Okay.
Oh, you laughing?
That is hot.
Okay. Did he already quit?
No. Hot.
Gotta go get. Are we rolling this out?
Yeah, we've got to. We're going to make the filling for the cookie datti cookies, and they're going to take walnuts, dates, and some orange or lemon peel, some honey, and some rum. Okay, we're chopping our walnuts, and that's finely chopped, so I better do it a little more. And then we're going to add our figs and raisins and orange peel.
And we, of course, wouldn't be here at all today without. Oh, and CBTV came in. Oh, good job. Come on in, Tom.
Hey, smells pretty good.
This is the artist. This is the man who, along with our producer Martina, makes us look good. And let me tell you, you see the gray hair? That's how hard it is to make us look good, isn't it, Tom? Takes some real cutting, doesn't it? Takes some doing. But he hangs with us because, you know, it might look seamless out there, but trust me, this is a little chaotic when you got 4 cooks in a kitchen trying to get a meal together. So
I think the audience can sense the chaos.
you mean you didn't manage to cut it all out? All right. Anyway, we sure do want to thank them. We have a great time, and I know from just talking to people out there, I know how many people are tuning into CVTV, and I think it is a really great thing that they're doing because it's local television, and we haven't had local television for a real long time, and it's just fun, and I think people love it. And we're happy to be part of it.
Where's my recipe?
Where's your recipe? You had to have a recipe? Oh,
Yeah.
things are falling apart for sure now.
Okay. I'm going to add, if I can get this off, a 1/4 cup of honey.
Oh, just guess. Get close. I don't know where a 1/4 cup is, but yeah, that looked like a 1/4 cup to me.
Okay.
Look like a 1/4 cup to you guys? Yep, it's a wrap.
And I had my rum here.
Rum? How much?
I'm going to add, it says 2 tablespoons.
2 caps? 1, 2.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. It's awfully full. Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna work. I think the bottom is the only thing going. That's what I think.
I want to tell you we've tasted the polenta rounds because I am the official taster and Mike today, and they're wonderful. But it's not very good.
I wouldn't touch it.
Wouldn't touch them. Gonna have to
It's
take
just
it out
chopping
and
the bottom.
put it in
Take
a
a
bowl.
spatula and run the sides down, I think.
I think you'll have to pour it out.
My 25-year-old food processor does better, guys.
Yeah.
This is our refrigerated dough that we made earlier. And it says to split it into thirds and work with a third at a time. And I need a rolling pin, Jean. I'm sorry.
Second up, I don't remember.
Yeah, that would be. That's going to be our filling, of course, for the cookies. And I'm rolling this dough because the cookies are going to be, we're going to have a bottom layer and then the filling and then a top layer. Seek and ye shall find. Okay. I tell you, life is a lot easier with that kind of spray. Then you don't have to.
Got it?
So you're making like a biscuit.
It's the dates. Well, that's all they should be. I'm sorry. Oh, well.
Do you think that's too much filling, Lois, or does that look about right?
No, a little bit more. If we can get a little bit
Okay.
more so that they'll have a, like
A nice full filling because the dough will kind of come
Yeah.
out when it.
well, you're going to have an upper.
Right, but I mean when the dough raises just a little bit in the oven.
Alright.
You're plugging you all morning.
This is
Plugging
Dina
me all
and
morning,
JP.
all right.
Dina runs the t-shirt shop and JP runs everything else, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. This is the famous JP who is referenced so often on Two Cooks and the Sous Chef.
Yes, did you bring your new seasoning with you?
He has his better half is standing right
Yeah,
next
this is Marilyn who goes with JP. All right, well, thanks for coming. Everybody's hungry. It's time. It's time. But we got to finish these cookies, right? And then we're done. We seal them and then fork them. Is that what we do?
I would seal them and then fork them
Okay, what we're doing is we're pushing down really hard.
because we want the filling to be sure to stay inside the.
And then it calls to make fork marks, and that's just for looks. It doesn't have anything to do with anything, I don't think.
These cookies would be good. I couldn't get an Italian ice, so I got pistachio almond ice cream to serve with them.
Because you know, almond is in everything.
Yeah,
Almost.
This is how you know it's an Italian cookie, because it's taking a lot of time. There are 2 layers, you gotta work with it, you gotta push, you gotta seal.
That's why they all started in November making Christmas cookies.
I said I'll trade you sides.
8
here.
more,
Yeah.
yeah. All you need is 8. Well, that one came up.
All right. This helps to seal it.
Well, yeah, because you gotta watch you don't get too much flour, they don't seal. Well, you know, enough's enough, right? Another day of good times is over. We've got these ready. What are they called?
Cookie dati.
Cookie dati. They're very good. We've had them before. Not everything, have we had, but these are very good. And we're going to put them in the oven. They cook for only 10 minutes, your basic cookie time. And
then we'll sprinkle them with powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar. And they're really good. So we have had a lot of fun today. We want to thank Mike for coming on. And don't forget your call or email or do whatever to CVTV with
Recipes at CharitonValley.com.
Recipes at CharitonValley.com. And make your vote to name Mike's chicken dish. And we will be too entertained. And Martina and Tom will remind us. The next time we're on, we'll tell you what the vote was. So we're talking very fast because we're all very hungry and everything looks really good. And as always, we wish you were here. Ciao.
Tutti a tavola mangiare means come to the table and eat. So
long.
Ciao.
See ya.